Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting. Welcome to my Patreon Appreciation Live show. I don't know why I've been butchering that up. Getting too old. Don't like to say too many syllables. But thanks everyone for being here. And this is for my April Patreon members. Let me go catch up on chat really quickly while I flub around. Weezen Geezer, thank you for being here and 4 hours early. WD9 UFO, thank you for being here. David, thank you for being here. RegLab, HD Shovelhead, Donna, thank you for both being here. Thank you to all my mods being here. Josh isn't going to be here tonight. He's got something else to do. Mega Dog, welcome for being here. Yeah, your bag is here. So yeah, I got your bag up here. Who else we got? Jason, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Ron F. Prospecting. Thank you for being here. Mentally Corrupted, Troubled One, Shaw's Mining, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Prospector Jason, thank you for joining the show. And yeah, everyone be careful. There's a lot of tornadoes. I was just reading or watching some news clips where there's some apple-sized hail up by Fort Wayne, Indiana. So, if you're in my area, be careful. There's a lot of storms out there. Chris W., can't remove the mess ups. No, usually I don't flub too much during live shows. And it's kind of funny. Like, I actually shot that intro like a dozen times perfectly. And then I messed something else up. And I was like, oh, well, let me just reshoot everything. And then after that, I couldn't, just for whatever reason. It'll just stick with you. You know, if you say something wrong, then after that, your brain just will not say it right after that. JNV Rockhounding, Vester, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. All right, let me put this on live chat. We could pop out the chat. So yeah, today's going to be a pretty short show. We're just going to give some stuff away, which is always the best thing to do. Not going to be doing any painting tonight. Originally, I was going to try to do some painting, but I've got some errands I got to do. I got to do some cleaning up around the house. This is my very short week where the only day I don't have my kids is today. My kids just left yesterday and they're coming back tomorrow. So I get like 1 week where I almost don't see the kids at all, my kids at all. Then the next week, it's just pretty much the whole week with them. So I am way behind on doing stuff. So I need to finish it up tonight. So no painting tonight, just some giveaway stuff. Yeah, and some crazy, crazy weather right now. But, you know. No, I haven't tried them. I don't pay attention too much to eBay anymore. It's just, there's just way too many bad sellers. And the main reason I don't pay attention to eBay too much is when I first started doing reviews, there was only like maybe 4 or 5 websites you could buy Paydirt off of that were, and probably only like 4 good ones. There were some other Paydirt sellers that had websites, but they were, you know, golden Paydirt and stuff like that. They weren't good. So the vast majority of Paydirts you had to buy if you wanted a lot of different types of Paydirt was eBay. And now there's just dozens and dozens of websites that you don't even really need to go to eBay. You could buy a bag of Paydirt every single week on a website and not have to go to eBay for a full year easily. There's at least 50 websites out there with Paydirt. So I don't check them out too often. But I will make a note of that if I can find my pen. Here, let me find my pen. Knock over some stuff while I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm knocking over stuff. Northern Maine Prospector. I have to look them up. I mean, I do check. For my half-gram search, I did check eBay a little bit. But again, I was looking for half-gram, so. The White Horse. There you go. Panhandle GP, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. So, yeah, so today is just, we're going to just be giving some stuff away to thank all my Patreon members who were a Patreon member in April. So if you just joined in Patreon this month, you won't be added to any of the lists. This is only for Patreon members in April. If you left before April, you're not going to be on this list. This is just for Patreon. And I need to thank all my Patreon members beyond belief. I know there's a lot of channels out there that you could support Not as good as my channel, but you could. There's lots of channels that people can support. I support a few channels. So there's some really great channels out there, and I really appreciate everyone who supports this channel. So it lets me do these reviews and find these really good Paydirts and these really bad ones. You know, we found some really good ones so far this year with like mammoth gold nuggets. Had a couple bad ones and had a couple good Paydirt battles and stuff like that. Some really good Australian Paydirts to start off the year. That's just still going to be my highlight for a couple months, but so far, we've been doing really good, and I've got some really big Paydirt videos coming up, some reviews, some really good Paydirt battles coming up as well over the course of the year, so thank you to all my Patreon members who allow me to do that. Slim never has any Paydirt. No. He does every once in a while. I mean, I'm guessing you're talking about Jeff Williams. If Jeff Williams does have some occasionally to his Patreon members, but he doesn't sell it to anyone. He just sells it to his Patreon members. So I have reviewed him in the past. I think twice I've reviewed him. And I didn't like it either time. Both times it was just way too expensive. Especially, you know, that's one of my things is I can kind of see how some people who have, you know, big followings or big subscriber counts that make YouTube videos sell Paydirt, and it doesn't have the best ROI because they're telling you that you're supporting their channel. And that's one thing. But then when you have a Patreon member that's already supporting you. So if you have 100 Patreon members, each giving you $5 a month, you're making $500 a month. And Jeff Williams doesn't do rewards or anything like that. So you're already getting $500 a month. And then you tell them the chance of buying some Paydirt that has like a 50% ROI. It's just like, oh man, come on. That's when you give them the good deal. That's why the whole reason you join as a Patreon is you say, hey, look, you know, here's a Patreon. And I do take that back. Jeff Williams does do some really awesome giveaways for his Patreon members with the guest awaits and stuff like that. But he doesn't do it on a regular thing. But I think his Paydirt should have been a lot better. A couple times I've done it. Dusty, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Chris W, I'm pretty sure I said hi to you, but if not, how's it going? Package Total, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Joel Jeffrey, thank you very much for joining the show. And Terry's Prospecting, thank you. 83 Sky Warrior lurking in the background, thank you for joining the show. It's been so long since I panned Paydirt. Man, not for me. I pan it all the time. I'm unfortunately not a Patreon of Jeff's. I'm, you know, with my income, I can only afford to support like 2 or 3 people. So on Patreon, and he's not one of them. Maybe if someone else closes or stops doing Patreon, I'll switch to him. Dean, how's it going? PB Preston, thank you for joining the show. I mean, I think everyone, I like Jeff Williams. I think he's one of the better, bigger channels. You know, most of the bigger channels are just in it to, you know, do fake videos. And I found the biggest nugget. I was talking to someone the other day about it, where every video they found the biggest this ever, the biggest that ever. Look at this amazing nugget I found. This, you know, and I was joking about it, you know, like they're digging in their fridge and look behind the butter. There's a 1 ounce nugget right behind the butter. You know, it's just like, no, come on, man. It's like, have some videos where you are just a bust. You know. Flash in the pan, what's up? How's it going, brother? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. So, yeah, so today we're going to be giving away, what are we giving away today? We got 3 bags of Paydirt. We got a bag of Paydirt for our $25 and $79 tier. We got a bag of Paydirt for our $10 tier, a bag of Paydirt for my $5 tier. And then every single member, we have a, where is it at? We have a gold nugget. So we have and this is all Arizona. Let me just actually get one of the bags so I can stop talking and show you. So this month is all Arizona Paydirt. I did a whole bunch of, April was a month of Arizona Paydirts. So we're going to be doing the Miller Prospecting Arizona Paydirt this month. This is all Arizona Paydirt. The gold, unfortunately, isn't Arizona Paydirt, Arizona Gold, unless I say it is. And for every member of my Patreon, everyone will get 1 entry for this, which is an Arizona Gold Nugget. It's a 1.22 gram nugget. Usually I do a all-round prize of a bag of Paydirt, but I happen to have, I couldn't find any really good Arizona nuggets that were like affordable for these giveaways. So I got a 1.22 gram nugget, and for the $25 and $79 tier, the bag of Paydirt they have, that y'all have, it's got 2.5 grams in here, but 1.4 is an Arizona nugget. So there are some Arizona nuggets. And then also to give away, we've got a Fox Loose, where somebody will get a chance to either the Fox Loose or the Dual Nano. It'll be your pick, whichever one you want. And then next month, whichever one isn't picked, I will put that one up for because I have a lot of equipment that's just not worth selling that I need to get rid of. So might as well give it to my Patreon members. You know, the shipping on these are pretty cheap. What's up, Wrench? How's it going? Thank you. I appreciate that. Way too kind. Hopefully it's all well. Hopefully you've got the new Harley running. CJ Hayes, how's it going? So yeah, we got some stuff to give away. And again, like I said, I need to thank all my Patreon members. There are a lot of channels. I'm on a lot of channels with Patreon nowadays. So, I mean, pretty much everywhere you look. You know, somebody else has to have one video and they have a Patreon page. So, you know, everyone has a lot of choices, you know, to go out there. I do appreciate everyone who supports my channel and lets me do these videos. And like I said, we've got some good ones that we've done this year so far, and I've got some really good ones that we're going to be doing in the future. A lot of new sellers. I still have a lot of new sellers to do this year. I think I've got 7 or 8 new sellers that nobody's reviewed yet that I have to do. Flash in the Pan. You just saw him right there. He's in above. You can go check out his Paydirt website, flashinthepan, paydirt.com. If you want to sell like 3 or 4 grams or 5 grams, I'm a buyer, but not for an ounce. For an ounce, your best bet is Flash in the Pan Paydirt. There's a couple, and I have a video. I posted a video last year. I think all the rates are still the same on my video last year. The top 10 places to sell Paydirt to. But depending on the size, hit up Flash in the Pan Paydirt, you know. But, or you can email me, Metally Corrupted. You can just email me at Dylan@MillerProspecting, and I won't be able to buy it. I might be able to tell you who has a better rate. So I can send you, you know, you just email. I'll send you a list of all the company places I know that will buy. So. But yeah, so yeah, just email me. I should probably I should probably add that to my website. I do have a section where I buy gold, but probably I should put on there if people want to sell more than what I would buy, put a list, because I don't mind people going somewhere else to sell their gold. I mean, I want everyone to get the best price possible. You know, I typically only buy gold for people who have 1 or 2 grams because nobody buys it. You know, most sellers require 10 grams minimum to buy gold, and I buy all the little stuff because, you know, I know a lot of people, they buy 3 or 4 bags of Paydirt and then life happens and, you know, they need to get their money back. So I don't mind helping out little people like that. So, but yeah, so today's going to be a short show, not too much. What do we got coming up? I think, so I did have a battle coming up this weekend, but USPS is not being kind to me. They've just been, USPS, I don't know what it is about my area, but they just do not like me. So I've got a new Paydirt coming out this Saturday, a brand new seller. I haven't seen any reviews on them either. I think HD Shovel Ed turned me on to them. So we got a video for them coming out Saturday, and then next Saturday will be the battle unless USPS loses my mail some more, and you know, who knows. What's for dinner? Probably nothing. I'm probably going to eat some spinach and some chicken, and that's it. My son was over yesterday, and my daughter wasn't. My daughter was on vacation, so me and my son splurged, and we had pizza and all kinds of stuff and chicken wings, and I ate way too much. I ate like 2 days worth of food, so I need to like not eat too much today and get back on track. So, and I wasn't feeling good because I ate so much yesterday, so I wasn't feeling good today, so I didn't go to the gym. So, yeah, MC, yeah, PA Patriot, what's up, brother? Yeah, you can always sell Paydirt. I mean, that's a little longer route to sell it all, but yeah, and then you got to make bags and dirt. I mean, it's hard to get the dirt, you know. I'm looking for dirt from small time people. That's it. See, that's why almost everything on my shelf is, I don't think there's anything on my shelf, well, except for Vendetta. But most of everything on my shelf are all people who have either closed up shop or they're just, you know, someone in the community that's selling. So, you know, Banshee Mining, You know, Ozark, Mega Dog, Carson, HD, Spider Ace, and then some of the ones that are closed, like I got a new one in. So I just got the Lynch Mining Black Label in to go along with my Gizmos Paydirt. I have a lot of my Paydirt up here just because, you know, generally when I make some of my Paydirts, I buy extra. So like if I make 12 bags, a lot of times I'll buy 14 of the bags or tins or whatever. So I always make one extra to put on my shelf just in case I oversell or something like that. And if I didn't oversell, then I put them there. So the only seller current I think on my shelf is Vendetta. And the only reason I have him up there is because that's the Vendetta bag. That is the absolute coolest bag. Here, I got an extra one. So I'm just going to give a shout out to Vendetta, but see, the Vendetta bag. I got an extra one from him, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this one yet. Maybe I'll give this one away one time. Next time I'm giving away something from Vendetta, I'll give away the bag. But that was awesome that he sent me some Paydirt with the bag. So I think that's pretty much the only thing. But yeah, I think collecting these small timer ones is so much better than, you know. Gold Nugget Sales is an awesome company and great, and I love them. They're my number one recommended seller. But he's still selling, so there's no reason to put one on my shelf. You know, he's still selling. I like to show off the people that from the past that were there. Donna, thank you very much. Way too kind as always, Donna. Hey, Rocky Mountain, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Bacchus573, thank you for joining the show. Now, I did notice gold has been pretty steady ever since I complained about it like 2 weeks ago. It's been pretty steady. Hasn't been going up super high and low and dropping all over the place. It's been pretty decent. So I'm happy with that. I didn't like it going over $75. So hopefully it stays still for a while. I think everyone's getting used to like all the turmoil all over the country, and, you know. Yeah, what are we at? $74.43 per gram. Last time I looked, it was 73 and something, so it's still staying. If it stays under 75, I mean, I liked it better at 60, but, you know, I can't, I can't control that, so I'll be happy with what I got, so. But, all right, so yeah, here, let me pin it. Let me see, where's the, oh. So I'm just going to pin the, if I can figure out what I'm doing here. I am just all over the place. There we go, Nightbot. Thank you very much, Nightbot. I'm just going to pin the hidden video up since we're not going to be doing any panning today. Make sure you go and leave a comment on the hidden video, because we're going to be giving away a spot as well for my 1 ounce silver bar from Vendetta Prospecting. So everything's behind me. I'm just out of it today. I didn't come down here to set up. I was watching Indiana Creek Gold's video upstairs, and I waited too long to come down and set up, so everything's kind of all over the place. Very unhappy about gold price. You want it to go up or down? It depends. Like, if you have a big stack of gold and you're not buying anymore, you definitely want it to go up. If you want to buy more gold, you definitely don't like this climb. So, I mean, like I said, I think $60 was, you know, I mean, I remember doing these videos when they were gold was $40 and I was complaining about it going to 50. I remember complaining about it going up to 60. I definitely would be complaining about 75. So it definitely, again, this is one of the reasons why I seriously appreciate my Patreon members so much. I mean, I have stayed pretty steady on the number of Patreon members I have over the last 5 years, and gold keeps going up. So, you know, the one thing that does suck is with gold prices going up and up and up, my tier rewards are kind of going down a little bit, because I'm taking in the same amount of money from last year as I am this year, and gold's $15 a higher a gram. So whenever I buy Paydirt to review, it's costing a lot more. So, Yep, PA. JP, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Oh, that sucks, David. Yeah, you don't want to be dry washing with with a lot of wind, that's for sure. Having to wear a respirator is not what you want to do, you know. And thank you, Nightbot, for posting. I appreciate all my Patreon members. So, and yeah, I did notice, so I will say this, I do have one $79 tier member open because somebody left my $79 tier, and I did have somebody ask me about it last month. So, but I do have one $79 tier open where you're guaranteed a bag of Miller Prospecting Paydirt every month. That tier opened up, but all the other ones I should have a slot open up at least in every single tier this month. So if you're not a Patreon member and you want to be a Patreon member, I do have a slot in every single tier open. If not, email me and I will have to go through and boot somebody off because there's a couple on there that are just holding spots that aren't actually Patreon members. So, well, that's awesome. Well, as long as you have a good time, there you go. That's the main thing, is if you're having a good time, you know. So, but here, I'm gonna go start setting up, making sure. Redman, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Make sure all my tabs are open and everything's set up, and then we're gonna start doing some giveaways. Okay, I can close Nightbot. Nightbot isn't really working. Last week and this week, I haven't set up Nightbot really, so except for the hidden videos. So no purpose in posting anything. Nightbot's pretty much got his vacation time right now. I've been doing some side work on Nightbot and just playing around with other features of Nightbot, so I keep forgetting to set his stuff. But all right, looks like we have everything set up. So we're going to start doing some giveaways. Let me get my sheets ready so I can do a giveaway. And I will go through all the prizes before, again, one time before I shrink down my ugly mug. So, again, for the $25 and $79 tier members, I have a bag of Paydirt, Miller Prospecting's Arizona Paydirt with 2.5 grams of gold in it. And part of that gold is a 1.44 gram Arizona Nugget. And it does come with a COA. It comes from a COA from Gold Nugget sale, so I have a COA for it. So that is for my $79 and $25 tier members. For my $10 tier members, I also have a bag of Arizona Paydirt with approximately 3/4 of a gram in there. Might be a little bit over, might be exactly 3/4. It's not less than 3/4, but it might be a little bit over. I don't remember. I kind of made these earlier in the month, and my mind's too old to remember all these things. And then for the $5 members, I have about 1/8 of a gram bag of Paydirt for y'all. So same thing. It's right around there. It's probably a little bit more, but it's definitely not less. And then for everyone, no matter what tier you're on, you will get one entry for the 1.22 gram Arizona Nugget. And I can probably get a COA for that. Once I do it, I will go email them. It's from Gold Nugget Sales, so I should be able to get a COA. I'll have to ask them though, because I got this one a while back. I think I've had it for like 2 months because I was planning on this, and I didn't remember to get the COA. So, and then lastly, again, just for everyone, we'll get one entry where you'll get a chance to either take this Fox Sluice off my hands or the Dual Nano Sluice. So you can get either one if you win it, or you can take neither. If you don't want either prize, I know some people have already told me they don't want that prize if they get it. So maybe I'll find something else to send you just as a thank you for turning the prize down and not making me pay for shipping. But if you do want one of those, you'll have the option for either or. So those are the prizes we're going to be giving away. Teddy bear shaped nugget. It is. The 1.45 is a really cool nugget. It's an awesome nugget. I took a picture and I have the picture somewhere, but it's not on my computer down here. It's on my upstairs one. And like I said, yes. Oh, so for the Dual Nano Sluice, it comes with everything. I have all the hoses, the pumps, everything. You will be able to just plug it in, pour some dirt. I even put in, this, which it doesn't even come with this, but I made one just for this. So you dump the gold in, the Paydirt in here, pumps in there. I will send you everything with it. I have the pump and everything for it. So this is a complete system. The Dual Nano Sluice is a complete system if you want to run some fine gold. And it does work. There's a lot of videos on there saying it works. I don't recommend buying them anymore because he jacked up the price something crazy. And no, this isn't Vendetta's. This is mine. I did a video on it as well. I did a review on it. I don't recommend it just because when he was giving these away and selling them to all the people who do reviews, I think it was like $40, and now he's charging $100 for it, and it's not a $100 piece of equipment. So it does come with everything. You save some money by getting it through me for being a Patreon member, or if you're going to hit the rivers and you want something for the rivers or just something build at your house, I have these box sluice. So either one, either or. Yeah, I have the pump somewhere. It's just a little bitty pump. Let me see. Here, I'll go get the pump. So I even have extra parts to it. Now, I don't know what all these parts go to. You'll have to figure it out yourself. But yeah, see the pump, it's just a tiny little pump. It's a little aquarium pump, a little tiny one. I think it's what, 90 GPH. So it's a 90 GPH. It's got the hose and everything. So it's got everything you could possibly need to run it, and it works. My video, I think I caught 99% of the gold. I think Vendetta did it. I think it caught like 99% or 100%. Julie from Banshee Mining ran hers. I think it caught 100%. So it catches a gold. It's very slow, but it catches a gold, and it is really, really fun. Just, you know, I have no use for it. I have no use for the Sluice Fox. Once I review these, you know, I need to get rid of them. So I have a stockpile of stuff here, pans and everything else. So I might as well give them to my Patreon people. So they're both really good. I like the Fox Sluice. It worked. The Fox Sluice works. If you go back to watch my video, it does have some issues with this part warping because this does come apart into pieces, and the header part does warp a little bit. And I got a lot of comments from people saying that theirs did that as well, but it doesn't really affect it too much. It's just personal. If I'm buying something, I don't want it to warp within, you know, a couple months. So, no. Culver, thank you for joining the show. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for being a Patreon member. And thank you, everyone, again, for being a Patreon member. I seriously can't thank y'all enough. So. If he wins, give it to PA. There you go. And I appreciate that, David. Yeah, I appreciate David. Okay, that's he's negative 79. I appreciate that. I would add more $79 tiers, but so one of the things I do with my Patreon is I do limit all my things because there's X amount of money. I don't want to just, you know, like I said, I don't do Patreon to try to make an income. That's not why I'm doing Patreon. If I was, I wouldn't do any prizes. I would just take in money like the vast majority of Patreon people do, is they just take in the money and they give nothing back. And I don't want to just take in a ton of money. I don't want a Patreon that's got 1,000 members and me making $10,000 a month, because I wouldn't be able to review that many Paydirts a month. I mean, I'd have to just be essentially buying an ounce bucket every single week and reviewing it. And there's only 2 or 3 companies that sell big things of Paydirt. So I do limit everything. And the reason I limit the $79 tier is because it requires me to have X amount of gold every month. And I typically don't like that because it forces me to buy gold or Paydirt that I normally wouldn't. So, oh, package total. Isn't that the worst? Isn't it the worst? Like, you know, you just eat or something and you're like, okay, I just had, you know, I just had some chicken and rice. And then your neighbors start barbecuing right next to you. And you're just like, come on, man, at least invite me over if you're going to do this. And yes, Mike from GNS is still the top dog. I still consider them a top dog. We'll be visiting my website in a second. I did just yesterday update my top 10. I've taken 2 people off my top 10 this year that I don't recommend anymore. I think they're still probably decent companies, but I don't like certain aspects of them. So I have removed 2 people off my top 10. I've added 2 new people on my top 10. I've moved some stuff around. So I want a custom 1 ounce bucket. I want just a 1 ounce bucket. I've only reviewed one 1 ounce bucket, and that was like 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. And that was something where it was just one of my Patreon members sent it to me. I reviewed it, and I had to put it all back together and send it right back to him. And I had to pretty much just like the day it came in, review it, shoot the video anyway, and then the next day ship it back to him because he wanted to actually pan it out before I actually had the review out. So I haven't actually been able to do one where, it's just my Patreon members supported me and I bought one that I could, give away all the gold and stuff like that, but not yet. Oh, I do love a good shepherd's pie. I love shepherd's pie. It's too much work for me to make, though. That's one of the problems when you're single. You don't get to make like a lot of really good foods that make a big thing because, then it just sits in your fridge and you get tired of eating shepherd's pie for, 2 weeks straight. So, there's some companies out there that'll give you some custom 1-ounce buckets. I'm sure G&S would do it if you asked them to. I know Vendetta will do it, so. Yeah, and with gold going up, it just the higher gold goes up, the less chance I have of doing a 1-ounce bucket. One of the Paydirt sellers did offer to send me a 1-ounce bucket, but I would have had to send them the gold back, and that just was like, I kind of want the one where even if I eventually have to give away, because typically if I was to review a 1-ounce bucket, what would happen was I would just keep that gold, and that would feed my Patreon for 2 or 3 months, for all these bags of Paydirt and, my $79 tier member. So Dirty Minds, I don't know that one. Man, I'm gonna have to start paying more attention to eBay. eBay is just so clustered. See, the reason I don't like looking a lot on eBay is because you get so many sellers now that have realized if they just take a different picture, so like picture 1, they'll have a listing, a bag of Paydirt with this on there. And then the next bag will be a picture with like the next listing will be a bag like looks like this. And they're both the same seller. He just uses, they'll have 20 or 30 listings that are all his same seller. Just every picture is exact different. And it just gets so aggravating to search through. So thank you very much, PA. I don't know. With the world going to poop, I don't know if I want to be president anymore. It might be too much work for me. I might have to yell and lose my voice and just, hammer down a whole way too much. I think the world's getting way too crazy for me. I like to be calm. I don't like to be stressed out or, too much drama drives me crazy. So there's a lot of drama in the world right now. 99, got about 0.2. Well, that's not too bad. But I will say it used to be, it's always been the case. There's been a lot of sellers. Sellers with websites aren't as bad, but a lot of times a lot of sellers on eBay and a lot of smaller websites were notorious for giving good ROIs for a cheap bag of Paydirt because it doesn't cost you anything. If you sell a $10 bag of Paydirt, and let's say it costs you $4 to ship it, if you give them $6 worth of gold, you break even. If you just don't even make a penny off of it, they're going to be like, oh, wow, I found this much gold, on a $10 bag of Paydirt. And he also has a $70 bag of Paydirt. And then you buy the $70 bag of Paydirt, and it's only got $12 or $15 worth of gold. So now he's made up in a ton for what he gave you for that $9 bag. For that $10 bag, he'll say, okay, I don't make a profit. But when they come back and buy that $100 bag from me, I'm going to make $50 off of them. So there's a lot of sellers out there that do that. So you always have to be cautious, especially if you see the ones that only have like a really cheap bag and a really expensive bag. Who was it that was notorious for that? Was I want to say VA Gold Seeker, but I don't think that's who it was. Maybe it was Montana Prospector that was notorious for that. Well, I appreciate all the write-ins, so that's definitely, I won't complain if somebody writes me in. You never know. As old as they are, considering, I think myself fairly old. I'm 55 years old. I'm going to be 56 this year. I'm fairly old, and I will be a young whippersnapper compared to our current choices. I will be a young whippersnapper, so you never know. We could have a lot of heart attacks around here, and I could be the win with those 3 write-ins, So see, PA's already starting with the coup. All right. TM, thank you for joining the show. And Shane Prothero, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. And anyone, if I miss you, I apologize, but thank you for joining the show. But all right, let's shrink down my ugly mug and start doing some giveaways. I said I was going to do a short show, and I've already been talking for 35 minutes, and we haven't done anything. We haven't even given away one single thing yet. So, all right. And I am so, all right. Shrink down the ugly mug. We start giving some stuff away. So there we go. Miller Prospecting website. Shameless plug as always. And I appreciate everyone. So, and again, I did change up my top 10. So I have top 10 new. I added prospecting gear on there. Prospecting gear probably should have been on there before, but I added prospecting gear on there. And then there's a tie between Yukon Alley and Mammoth Gold Nuggets. I think they're both totally sold out now, which is why they're tied. They don't sell full time, I think. Mammoth Gold Nuggets again and Yukon Alley, they're real miners who, you know, just sell with what they actually find. So if they're off season or they're busy working, they're not going to have Paydirt up, but they're both great when they do have it. And then prospecting gear. I really like prospecting gear. The only problem with prospecting gear is it's not a guaranteed amount. So instead of him saying it's guaranteed a gram, he says it's guaranteed approximately a gram. So one bag might be 0.9 and the next bag might be 1.1. So you got to hope you're the lucky one and get like the 1.1 out of them. So, but I've always gotten good results from them. Last year, they were doing really good in my Super Bowl challenge. The first bag I thought they did really good in, but the second bag that when they went through had the 0.9, and that essentially knocked them out. So it was just bad timing for them. If they did the 0.9, they probably would have got in the first round. The second round, they would have went even further with the 1.1. So, but all right, let's get to the wheel names. Here we go. This is for, oh, look, Dora the Explorer. Yeah, we'll close that. So here are all my $25 and $79 tier members, and this is for a 6-ounce bag of Arizona Paydirt Miller Prospecting Zone. I went all the way to Arizona and got this Paydirt. So with 2.5 grams of gold, there is a 1.44, I think it's 1.44 gram nugget in there. So here's all the names. We'll scroll through them all. Everyone's name is in here. And this is if you were a Patreon member in the month of April. So we're going to spin it 3 times, pick a name, or oh wow, we're just shuffling it away. But here we go. Pick a name, winner, chicken dinner. And we'll write down the winner. Good luck to all my $25 and $79 members. I appreciate it. And it's, oh, is it going to be, oh, Bradley Lacey. Brad is probably watching. So congratulations, Bradley. He's probably watching. He just watches. He can't be in chat. So congratulations to Bradley. Appreciate it. One of my $25 tier members. Thank you so much. And everyone's prizes will be going out tomorrow. If you're a $79 tier member, your prize is going out tonight. Everything is bagged and ready to go. So congratulations to Bradley. And now we're going to clean off the tier and we're going to do the $79. I'm going to check chat real quick. Tony Troy Stats, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I appreciate that Panhandle. That's why they do these videos, is not only to find the worst Paydyrts and show the schmucks that are selling rip-off Paydyrts, but also to find really good ones, because you'd be surprised at a lot of good ones out there that just nobody's heard of. So last year I found RJ's Paydirt, which I think is a really good Paydirt. I haven't reviewed them, re-reviewed them again. I will have to put them in a battle this year. But they have some really good prices, you know. Bill's Dirt, not a lot of people know about them. So there's a lot of good Paydirt sellers out there. And that's why I do my top 10. Robert Tunney, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. AAA Rockhound, thank you for joining the show. All right, so the $25 tier is done. Congratulations to Bradley. And now let's pull my $10 names. And this is if you were a $10 member in the month of April. So if you were a member before April and you left, or a member that you just joined this month, your name will not be on this list. This is for April only. So we're going to scroll through these. Had a couple of new people in the $10 tier this in April. So good luck to y'all. And the prize for this one is another bag of Miller Prospecting Paydirt, approximately 6 ounces of Paydirt, with approximately 3/4 gram of gold. It's got more than 3/4, just at least you'll find at least 3/4 in there. There is some fine gold in there that's the extra. So let's shuffle this up. Pick a winner. Good luck to everyone. HD, you got no shot of winning this one. That was your last one. You were so close last time. But You'll get an option. Everyone will get a second chance when I give away the 1.22 gram nugget. So even if you lose these, you still have a chance. Who's it? Is it going to be PB or it's Paul Preston? So congratulations to Paul. And he is in chat. I did see him. Bradley's probably watching and lurking. He just, like I said, he can't. He usually texts me afterwards because he doesn't have means to actually attend chat. So congratulations to Paul. Then we'll pull all these names and we'll do the $5 tier. Then we'll take a break and come back and do the overall one. So again, if you don't win this tier, you can still win in the overall tier and get the 1.22 gram nugget or the one of these sluices. So let's do the $5 tier. I will go check out chat real quick. Let me check chat. And yes, I would definitely get the prices lower. I would go after every single big corporation because I don't like to talk politics on this channel, but I will say this. I think it's absolutely horrific, the prices that companies are charging for food and eggs and all these things that aren't necessary. Now, I understand there is things like bird flu and stuff like that, but it's actually been shown that there hasn't been a single loss. So while they might have to call some, like they might have to say, oh, we have to kill these 2,000 chicks, they bring in 2,000 that same day. You know, they just hatch them. They have their own hatchery, so it doesn't really cost them any money. And you can go after these big companies. I know there's no law technically against them, but if you tell your IRS, if you tell the IRS, I want you to audit every single one of these big companies over and over and over until they lower their prices, you can go after them. You can say, we're going to raise the prices on companies that happen to just sell food. You can say, we're going to go in Congress and pass a law that if you sell food, we're going to tax you double this year. They'll learn really quickly to lower their prices. You know, there are ways that you can force somebody to do something without, you know, actually doing anything. But enough of that. I don't want to get heated up about this. I try not to talk about politics because, you know, it's never a good idea. But here we go. Here's everyone's name that is a $5 tier member. Being me, I'm on a fixed income. I hate seeing food prices go up. Everything else, you know, I don't need, you know, if I want a new car, if I want this, these are the things that are wants. You know, if I want a new couch, I want a new couch. I don't need a couch. Food, I need food. So when prices of food go up, it just drives me crazy. I don't need to technically drive everywhere. I could essentially get Walmart to drop off my food. So, you know, gas, not happy about it, but, you know. But food, I need food. Food is my one big thing that'll drive me crazy, prices. So $5 tier, another bag of Paydirt with about 1/8 a gram of gold in here, 0.125. It's got more than that, but, you know, some of it is fine gold, I think. So $5 tier members, and again, you will get entry for the 1.22 gram nugget and the sluices. There we go. Pick a name. And good luck to everyone. Thank you for being a Patreon member. Is it Julie? So it's Julie, Banshee Mining. So congratulations to Julie. She's not in chat and she still won. Usually you got to be in chat to win. But all right, let's pull these names off. And I'm going to go make y'all look at my ugly mug full size. I'm going to catch up on chat because I haven't been seeing chat. And then we will do the all-round race. I need to pull those names, so. Let me catch up on chat. Yeah, no bird flu and wild hunting fowl. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah. I do worry about, they did find bird flu in cows now, and that does worry me, you know. I don't eat a lot of cow, but, you know. We need our food supply. So, as long as it doesn't go to, like, become a prion disease. As long as it's not a prion disease or, like, mad cow disease, you know. If you just got to cull them, that's one thing, but, you know. I said, oh, Weezing, always cracking me up. So we do still have 2 more giveaways. We still got to do the 1.22 gram nugget. We have to give away the sluice, either the Fox sluice or the Nano sluice. And then also we're going to be giving away 1 spot towards the 1 ounce silver bar. So make sure you go to that hidden video in the very top of live chat. Now for the live chat thing, you must be here. Everyone else, for all my Patreon members, they don't need to be here. They're Patreon members. I know how to contact them. I know how to ship to them. But for your spot in the raffle that will be going off in a few weeks, you do need to be here in chat and post something in the live chat if I call out your name, or you lose your spot. So somebody just, yeah, I think I actually was reading, I read up a lot about weird diseases, and I think there's like 3 or 4 deaths every year from a bubonic plague, because you can't get it just from the soil. You get it from the soil, and a lot of people, you know, there's a lot of people, it's the same with the people that die from rabies. You know, they'll get bit by something and they just don't go to the doctor when they get sick or start feeling bad. And with rabies, you know, it's a little too late. You know, when you start getting symptoms from rabies, you know, it's too late. And so if you ever get bit by a wild animal, go to the doctor. You know, you don't have to get the stomach shots anymore. They have much better ways of getting it done. Better to get a shot than start foaming at the mouth. So I think only 3 people in the world have ever survived rabies. So that's, whew. Red Man, thank you very much, brother. Are you trying to rig this? Come on, man. Yep, the fleas on mice and stuff like that. But there was a temple. So during the bubonic plague, when they had in Europe, when the bubonic plague was huge and the Black Plague and all that, they actually, where was it? I forget which country it was, but there was one of the countries actually have a temple of rats where it's nothing but rats and people worship rats. There wasn't a single death there. So for whatever reason, I guess their rats were healthier and didn't have the same amount of fleas or something, but there wasn't a single recorded death there with, you know, for any of the people who worship there. So it was crazy. But yeah, most of the deaths now are just from the dirt. So people playing around in dirt with a cut on them or something, you know. But so congrats so far to our winners, Bradley Lacey, Paul Preston, and Julie Hanson. And thank you 3 for being my Patreon members. Don't quit now because you won. Can't do that. It's against the rules. And everyone else, thank you that. Just scratch a $500 winner. That's it. Me and my kids haven't been doing too many scratch offs. Like I said, with the price of food going up, I have a set amount of money for every month that I put towards food. And if we eat cheap one week, I might grab us a couple of scratchers, because my kids do love, like all kids love scratchers. But prices have been going up, you know, so no scratchers lately. Maybe now, though. Thank you very much again. Appreciate that. And thank you, everyone. Julie, Troy, Wrench, Donna, thank you all very much. So, all right, let y'all chat for a second. Let me go pull my things for the all round. We're still going to give away 2 more prizes. Let me pull everyone's name. And we'll shrink down the ugly mug and we'll give these away. This is like 3 pages. All right. All right, so let's shrink down the ugly mug again, and we're going to do more giveaways. Oh, and look at that. Shameless plug for Miller Prospecting again. It is much easier to find any of my videos on Miller Prospecting. I did add a search bar. Someone complained I didn't have a search bar last month. And I thought I did, but I guess I had removed it at some point when I was changing something up. But I do have a search bar, so you can search for anything here. And it just does search my site. You can sell gold here. You can shop on my site. Patreon, if you want to just get a thank you for all my Patreon members there. I don't have a blog yet. Maybe one of these days. Unclaimed money. Lots of stuff there. More videos. All my videos. Every single one of my videos is up on here. And of course, my top 10, most 2 important things on my website. Top 10 recommended sellers. If you want to know who to buy from, these are my top 10. And then at the very bottom, sellers to avoid. If you see any of these companies, do not buy from them. Just avoid them. You will not get a good ROI. You will not. And then you're just feeding somebody, ripping more people off. So, all right, wheel of names, here we go. And for this is every single Patreon member. If you were a Patreon member in the month of April, your name is on here. This is every single member. And you can send me a message later and say my name wasn't on there, and we'll go through the replays and I'll show you your name is on here. Every single member is on here. And this one will be for the 1.22 gram Arizona Nugget. Oh, I'm signed out. Oh, okay. So 1.22 gram, and I will try to get a COA from this. I will have to email. I wrote myself a note. I will have to see. The COA will come separate. I will send the nugget by itself, and then if I can get the COA sent to you, I will. I will pay somebody to send it to you. So There we go. This is everyone's name. This is for the 1.22 gram nugget. And whoever wins the 1.22 gram nugget will not be entered for the sluice, because I don't think that'd be fair for them to win twice. So if I pull your name, you will only get the 1.22 gram nugget, which I think is a better deal than a sluice. But then after that, we will pull for the sluices, and you will get your choice, either the dual nano sluice or the fox sluice, or neither. If you don't want either one, I know some people have told me they don't want them, but let's pick name number one. Good luck to everyone. Thank you for being a Patreon member. Oh, I wish I could give everyone a win. This was trying to get HD and Paul Preston again, but this is Reg Lab. So Reg Lab, congratulations, Reg. I think this is Reg. I think this is your first win ever on my Patreon, Reg. But congratulations. Now, I might not be able to get you a COA, Reg, because it's going to be costly to send to you. What I will do, Reg, is I will email him, Mike, and see if I can get a COA, and I'll have him send it to me. And I will do, if he can do it, I will delay your nugget, so it might take a week before I ship yours, and then I will put the COA in the package, because there's no purpose in us both spending $15 to ship you something. So, Reg Lab, congratulations. Oh, let me take your name off, is it? Yeah, let me take your name out. There we go. So, there we go. And if anyone wins overseas for one of these sluices, I might not be able to ship to you, but I will send you something at a replacement cost that's about the same. So, just because now that we're breaking the barrier of my overseas Patreon members, I know one of them will try to win this and make me pay $100 shipping for a $20. Fubar, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. All right, you won before. It's hard to remember. So a lot of times, you know, the way the wins will go, somebody will win, and then they'll win the next month, and they'll win the next month. Then they don't win again for like 2 years, you know. So you kind of, that's a lot of giveaways in between. So, but that's awesome. That might actually help you too later. And it's an Arizona Nugget. So, all right, there we go. But I will, I'll send you a message on Patreon, Reg, about the COA and stuff like that, and let you know. So. But all right, now we're going to pull for the, oh, wait, it's already spinning. It's already spinning. This is for the two sluices, a pick. You will get a pick, either one. Is it going to be Troy? I think it's going to be Troy. So Troy, congratulations. And he's here in chat. So congratulations, Troy. You get your choice. And you don't have to make the choice now. I will message you on Patreon. If you want to make the choice now, it's up to you. But I do have the dual nano sluice with all the fixings, everything, the tubes and pump and everything, or just old regular sluice fox that you can throw in a river, depending on what you want to do. But congratulations. And now we're going to look at my ugly mug for a minute, and then we're going to come back and do the random comment. So, all right, let me make y'all look at my ugly mug for a minute. But congratulations to Troy. Let's see if he... So we had some good winners, so thank you. Oh, I need to write these down. There we go. So we got all our winners. Now we still have to pick our random spot. I have one more spot open up for the Vendetta 1 ounce round we're going to be doing in a second. So even if you haven't won totally anything, make sure you go to the hidden video above in live chat, leave a comment, you know, might win. You want the nano sluice? All right, Troy, I'll send that out. That'll go out tomorrow then. That makes it easier than me having to message you. I will pack it all up, and all the Paydirts will go out. All the $79 tier members, your Paydirt's already been made. It's just sitting on my shelf upstairs. It's already packaged, labels on it and everything. I just need to drop it off in the mail. So everything will be going out in the mail today and tomorrow. If you're getting a bag of Paydirt, it'll go out in the mail today. The sluice, I'll have to wait till tomorrow because the box doesn't fit in their slot. So far, we've only got 2 names on the 10 names that we'll be doing for the 1 ounce silver bar. And I don't think Vendetta's ever had a silver bar up, so this might be the only silver bar that's ever been. He does silver rounds on his channel, on his website. What is the consensus on the Nugget Bucket? I like the Nugget Bucket. I might, if I didn't have some DIY projects in the plans for my Nugget Bucket, I always like to play with it. You know, a sluice, you've already seen people have done all kinds of modifications to a sluice, but I like to play around with my nugget bucket. But I actually like it. I have a video where I did a run of it and the gold cube, and it didn't do as well as the gold cube, but it definitely held its own, considering that it's a $100 piece of equipment. And at the time, the gold cube was $400, so it was about a quarter of the price, and it did really, really well. And they do have a lot of things you can do to the nugget bucket to make it better. I think they're a little bit overpriced now. I think it's $120 for the nugget bucket, but you could probably find them on eBay cheaper used. So, but it's pretty good. So for the hidden video, we've already got 2 names on there, Shane Prothero and David Hayden. So those are our 2 names that are already on there. They're ineligible. So if I pull those names, they can't be on there again. And we'll pull another name in a second. And once we get 10 names, then we'll give away this silver bar. So Edward Turner, thank you very much, and thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Scully Silverton, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. Then anyone I missed, thank you for joining the show, and all my Patreon members, thank you. But all right, let me go pull the link, make sure all the comments are going through for the hidden video. It looks like they are. Yay, they all went through. All right. There we go. So we can get rid of the wheel of names. We'll just do that. All right. So, but before we do that again, Saturday, I do have a new Paydirt review coming out Saturday, and this is a brand new seller. Nobody has reviewed them yet, or not as of now. Whenever I say that, somebody reviews them like the next day, but I haven't seen any reviews on them. It might be hidden in YouTube algorithm, but I don't think so. It's a brand new seller, really new seller. That video will be coming out Saturday. Next Tuesday, we're going to be panning out 2 of his bags of Paydirt, because his review, I am reviewing 2 of his bags of Paydirt. And then next week, we'll be panning out 2 more of his bags of Paydirt. So hopefully I'm getting some really good. I, again, used kind of a hack to get a better price on his Paydirt, just like I did with the eBay bags. If you haven't watched my video last Saturday, I battled 5 half-gram bags. And again, I used a little hack on eBay to get a better price and a higher ROI. So if you want to know how to get a better, higher ROI on eBay, you'll have to watch that video. And then tomorrow, nothing. And so we won't have anything coming out until Saturday. Saturday will be a premiere. So, and then later in the year, I have a month of nothing but battles coming up, where I'm going to be doing nothing but Paydirt battles and Gem Paydirt battles and me versus other YouTuber battles and things like that. So I do have some really good videos coming in the future. I'm planning on one really big video review, but I'm not sure just yet I'm gonna be able to pull it off, so we'll have to see. You gotta love Weezin. Weezin's a good. Bob Peterson, thank you. Thanks for joining the show. I appreciate that. Didn't add a comment. Well, I appreciate that, Shane, but it wouldn't matter. I could pull your name out and just repick. That's why I have to bring down my sheet every single week, because I have to make sure, because I'm like, okay, got to make sure. But you got that one shot in there. That's all you need is one. Tim Springston, yes, I start at 6 now. All my shows start at 6 now. So all my premieres, everything are going to start starting 1 hour earlier than typical, because my schedule with my kids changed. So I have to leave earlier than I normally would, and I would need to give myself extra time. So the new seller is AZ Paydirt. No. The new seller is not AZ Paydirt. That one worked for it is. So, which is funny. Whenever I look up my name on YouTube, if you look at Miller Prospecting, that AZ Paydirt, which isn't even like I'm not getting a ton of views on that video. That is the one they keep showing. So I don't know why. They must really like that thumbnail. I think they like the triple, Dan Hurd video thumbnails, as Jason called it. Oh, you're off your tablet? That's awesome. You get off your tablet and you miss the whole show. See, that's how it goes. But no, the new seller, I don't even know where the new seller is from. I don't know where the new seller is from. I'm going to have to look that up. I know who it is. I just can't remember. Here, let me see if I can see. I don't even know if he says, because I don't remember. Yeah, I think it's just one of those sellers that don't really tell you more like, they don't tell you where their material's from. But it should have a good ROI. So he does guarantee Paydirt. It's not one of those sellers who doesn't tell you about the material. I'm guessing based on what the material looked like that it's East Coast. So it looks like Carolina type material. I don't have to remember. I don't know if I think I might have thrown the packaging. So I don't even know. That's a good question. He will get that in the description. He will get dinged in the description, but it is definitely not an Arizona Paydirt. That 300% ROI was awesome. No. Plow Dog, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Yeah, we're not going to be here much longer either. I'm going to probably be leaving in 5 or 10 minutes, so we're just going to pull last names. But you do have time. Make sure you go up to the pinned comment at the top of live chat and go leave a comment in the hidden video. The 1 in 10 spots, my upcoming giveaway. So it was rigged again, KC. Yeah, it was rigged again. You did not win. Bradley Lacey won the $25, $79 tier. Paul Preston won the $10 tier. Julie Hansen won the $5 tier. The overall winner for the 1.22 gram nugget was Reg Lab. And then Troy Stats won the Dual Nano Sluice. Now, next month, I will be giving away the Sluice Fox. And if I can find another piece of equipment I have or a pan or something I have, I will give you a choice between the two. I might have, I don't know what I have. I have a couple pieces of equipment that are like been sitting in my pile forever, but I haven't reviewed them yet. I have something that's very, very similar to the Dual Nano Sluice that I picked up probably 6 or 7 years ago. And I just found it was hidden in a box I had. And I just found it the other day. And I need to review it so I can give it away. Because it looks like it's really cool and it looks like it would work. But, I haven't actually used it. It did go through Brad. So, yeah, Brad, congratulations. You did win. What did you win? Bradley won the Paydirt. Yeah, Bradley won the 2.5 gram bag of Paydirt. So, congratulations. One heck of a bomb. Yeah. When I was 16, 15, we would make things like this all the time, me and my friends. So, yeah. I haven't done that in 30 plus years. So, but yeah, when we were kids, anything we could find, we'd turn into one. So, sign that pan, autograph it. Well, it's going to depend on the pan. So, if it's just like a regular pan that nobody's going to use, I would sign it. But it might be something that's actually a really good pan. So I don't know. I'll have to look through my dungeon and find what I have. A lot of it's just sitting in boxes waiting for me to do stuff. So take the Gold Hog Sluice. We already sold the Gold Hog Sluice. I sold that for the custody stuff. I do have a Sluice Fox. We'll be giving that away next week. I do have an RPE Sluice too. I do have an RPE Sluice. So, but I haven't reviewed it yet. I need to review it. So PA Patriot. But all right, let's go to the hidden video. Let's go pull that. Let's shrink down the ugly mug. Last time that I'm shrinking down my ugly mug, we're going to give away. So here we go. YouTube random comment. We're going to pull one name. You must post something in live chat if I pull your name. And as always, YouTube and its affiliates have nothing to do with this giveaway. If you do not post something before the end of the show, you've got about 5 minutes, then you will lose your spot. And then next week, we'll just pull 2 names. So make sure you're here. Don't lose your spot. Let's fetch. No replies. Let's continue. There we go. 55 comments. Let's pick a winner. A3 I might not have a truck, so lurky. A3 Sky Warrior is lurking. This he might not actually have time to post. He's at work, so I'm hopefully A3 you're listening because you got a few minutes. I might stay a few minutes longer just to give you a chance, brother, because I know you're at work. But congratulations to A3 Sky Warrior. He might have picked spot number 3. We'll have to find out. If not, we'll be giving away 2 spots next week. But hopefully you're listening, A3. So everyone just keeps saying, A3 Sky Warrior, you won. You need to post in live chat. Stop lurking. Pretend like you have to do something from work. Go in the bathroom. Reply. But congratulations to A3. Oh, he said congratulations. He didn't even know he won. A3 did post technically. I don't think he knew he won. He was just saying congratulations. Never used my river sluice from Gold. Yeah, that's the thing. Unless you live somewhere like Brian in Indiana Creek Gold, unless you live somewhere where you can always pretty much just have your sluice right there, that's one of the problems with a lot of these big things is, like I was watching Vendetta's, one of his videos not too long ago where he was out there dry washing, and that thing was a beast. I was like, man, unless you actually can park your truck right next to where the gold is, you don't want to be lugging, 100 pounds of steel somewhere. I was just like, ugh, you got to make this stuff out of plastic nowadays. And yes, he is here. I saw A3. All right, so that's it. You're hiding in the back. So I can write down A3 Sky Warrior. He's got a spot. And since he is a Patreon member, he can get another spot next week. So, because my Patreon members, I give a little extra to, so they can win multiple spots in this giveaway. So, but I think I'm going to leave out of here in a minute. Again, Saturday, I do have a new review for a brand new seller. I had to finagle a little bit to get a better ROI, but I think it hopefully will be well worth it. I'll be going through 2 of his bags of Paydirt on Saturday for a premiere. And then next Tuesday, we're going to be going through a different 2 bags of Paydirt to see how they are. Hey, Riley, how's it going? How are y'all enjoying the vacation? That's my daughter's boyfriend and my daughter, I guess. So, how are y'all? They come to my show. They can't text me or call me. They'll come to my live show and ask me questions because that's so much easier than just picking up. They're watching me on their phone. They are watching me on their phone, sending comments to their phone that they could have just texted me or called me. But no, they're going to go to my live show. Hopefully y'all are enjoying. My daughter is on vacation with her boyfriend. Yeah. Hopefully they're doing good and enjoying it. So, and yes, congratulations to all the winners tonight. Again, this channel would not be possible without Patreon members. It really wouldn't. Going out prospecting is expensive, the gas, the time, and all that. But doing Paydirt reviews is extremely expensive because I have to buy Paydirt that I know I'm going to take a loss on. There is only so many 100% ROI bags out there. And if I do a review and get a 50% ROI, that means 50% of my money is just thrown away. So I desperately need my Patreon members to support this channel. And I've been blessed so well with so many awesome Patreon members over the last couple of years. I couldn't thank y'all enough. So I really do it. I never say it enough on how much I appreciate my Patreon members. Without y'all, this channel wouldn't be anything. So when people say congratulations or thank you for the channel, you really need to thank all my Patreon members. So, all right, Troubled One, I appreciate it. Thank you, Beermans. Hopefully your shop's been doing well. I should probably send you a message to ask you. I have seen the pictures of it. Hopefully it's doing well, brother. So, but I think I'm going to get out of here. I think I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go just call my kids, see how they're doing, stuff like that. Clean, eat something because I am hungry. But again, Saturday I will have a video, new premiere coming out. Next Tuesday we're going to get back to the panning because I miss panning. Luckily, I am panning tomorrow, so I'm doing part of the review tomorrow. So I am going to be panning some tomorrow. Oh, that's awesome, Redman. That's awesome. So yeah, so everyone have a great week. Be safe. There's a lot of storms in my area. So I saw some apple-sized hail. Some tornadoes are touching down. Earthquake warnings in the West Coast. So be careful, everyone. Be safe. Enjoy your family. Hang out. And, catch that gold. So